a smudge prayer for Orange Shirt Day. Why is smudging with sage one of the best practices to take part in on National Day for Truth and Reconciliation? I'm going to tell you exactly why it's an incredible cultural, ceremonial, Indigenous practice, especially on Truth and Reconciliation Day, but also how exactly to do it with a group or by yourself and what to say, so you can smudge along with me if you'd like. Do you want to learn how to smudge properly for the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation? Join me in this cultural ceremony that will help open up your space and prepare it for this special day of memorial, recognition, and honoring survivors, family members, and community members who were and still are affected today from Indian residential schools in Canada. Orange Shirt Day takes place on this national day in Canada on September 30th, whereas Every Child Matters, that appears on many of the orange shirts that you can buy, is an ongoing campaign that brings awareness to honor residential school survivors and family members any day of the year. Truth and Reconciliation Day, or National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, is the designated day to honor First Nations, Inuit, and Métis survivors and family members of the residential school system. Anin Bojo, Anishinabekwa, Nenoshkashis, Indigenous, Ashkigumang, Dunjba, Nigigga, Mdam, Dodem. I'm an Ojibwe woman. My name is Mallory from Curve Lake First Nation, and I'm from the Corn and Otter clans. I'm the creator of Smudge Circle, where I help others to learn the traditional practice of smudging with sage and other sacred smudging ceremonies. Today, I want to take you through a few teachings to help you properly perform the sacred ritual in alignment with National Day of Truth and Reconciliation in Canada. This ceremony is meant to open up your space, clear out any negative energy, and allow us to honor the truth and experiences we all share. So join me as I walk through each step of this powerful ceremony so that we can move into this beautiful moment and shared future together. Now, why should you smudge for National Day for Truth and Reconciliation? Believe it or not, what you learn in school when you're a young kid or in your adolescence does stick with you. So it's really hard for most adults who've already done their schooling to be told, hey, I know we said Indigenous people were uncivilized and liars who made up fake stories about having their land stolen from them, but after digging into the truth, we're so sorry, but maybe you can take the time out of your busy life to relearn history again. It's an emotional day of memorial, which can trigger painful memories for Indigenous people and even allies. Smudging is a healing and cleansing practice that can help channel healing energy and cleansing energy. Now, the first place that we want to start with is what is smudging with sage to begin with. If you haven't been introduced to it before, I would like to share some resources with you that can help you in learning the fundamentals of smudging with sage. If you haven't already learned about the traditional practices of smudging with sage and that important ritual that is very meaningful for Indigenous communities across Turtle Island, you can watch this video right here on Smudging for Beginners, and you can even download our free Sacred Medicines and Smudging Guide at the link below. Now, in terms of smudge prayers that are useful for various situations and circumstances, you can get your personalized smudge prayer using our quiz that we have on the Tribal Trade Co website, or if you're looking for a more specific smudge prayer that is especially useful for the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, make sure that you stick around throughout this video where we're going to be talking about how it's so important to use healing practices like smudging with sage on such an emotional and triggering day such as Truth and Reconciliation, Every Child Matters, and Orange Shirt Day. If you're wanting to smudge with sage, there are many teachings and practices and processes and protocols that can help you in smudging successfully and doing so in a way that is effective and efficient to get the results that you are seeking.
Smudging can both banish negativity and attract positivity. So as long as you begin your smudging ceremony with a clear intention of cleansing and purifying yourself and your home, then you will have a good experience.
In most cases, people are looking to remove negative energy in their space, help them to feel better, help them to feel more cleansed, which is what smudging is all about.
So important to know what your intentions are when you're smudging, or your intentions with anything. Understand what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it. These simple questions are so important and can really help us find clarity in our lives. So how are you feeling right now? Before you start your smudge, have an awareness of what you're thinking and what you're feeling now. Are you thinking positive thoughts, negative thoughts? And how are those thoughts making you feel?
The gratitude spectrum of feeling positive emotions in comparison to negative emotions, gratitude is on the highest end of the scale for all of the feelings that are embodying positive energy. Meaning that when you are fully embracing and fully immersed in positive energy and focusing on positive thoughts that are channeled from thoughts of gratitude, it is nearly impossible for you to feel pain or anger or any of those energies or feelings on the negative side of the emotions that we can possess and feel as human beings. For National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, smudging is incredibly important and useful in order to cope and manage the negative, painful, harmful feelings that you might be having, or as an ally that can come up and can be present and sometimes really strong when you're taking place in these memorials and educational experiences and ceremonies. If you're someone who just wants to participate in Orange Shirt Day or Truth and Reconciliation Day, then there would definitely be public events honoring the day that you could attend. All of the events, workshops, and courses that we at Tribal Trade host are 100% inclusive to all. So you don't have to be Indigenous. Even if you are Indigenous but you feel like you're not, everything we do at Tribal Trade Co. is for you. The areas that I want to focus on for this smudge prayer for National Day for Truth and Reconciliation can really be used in either a group setting or an individual setting. It can be equally as effective. So whichever setting that you have, both ways can work well. So the smudge prayer for this video and for National Day for Truth and Reconciliation that I'd love to share with you is based on 7 grandfather teachings and how you can use the 7 grandfather teachings to help you in a smudge prayer for coping with the pain and the hard feelings that may require some healing and some positive energy to support yourself individually or a group through the feelings that come up on National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. So when we're doing a smudge, it's really helpful to prepare yourself and prepare your smudge beforehand so that you don't feel overwhelmed or flustered. Take your time and go through each of the steps at your own pace and feel good about it and feel patient with yourself, okay? So I've got my materials ready. I've got my abalone shell, my smudge bowl right here with my sage that I've just recently kind of taken apart for this specific video. I've got my matches, I've got a feather. We're gonna first start with doing the smudge of ourselves and then we'll proceed to the prayer. The first thing that I'm gonna do is get all the sage ready in my smudge bowl, and then I'm going to light a piece of the sage, bring the sage up to the flame so that it's lighting. And if you want to do this outside, I'd encourage it. It's a beautiful time of year to do smudging outside, but you could see that I've lit a piece of the sage and that it's not engulfed in flames, it's just burning a little bit. And from then on, it will burn similar to a stick of incense and travel through the other leaves and pieces of the sage. So now the first thing that I'm going to do is smudge the feather to ensure that the feather is cleansed. And then I'm going to smudge myself. I'm going to start with my head. I'm going to smudge my eyes, smudge my mouth, and I'm going to smudge my hair. Sometimes we follow a different order slightly, and that's okay to do that. I'm gonna work my way down my hair, my face and my head down to my heart, and we're gonna smudge the rest of our body. Now, because I'm smudging inside, I'm being conservative with the amount of sage that I'm burning. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want it to be too smoky in here and set off the fire alarm.
To help you focus, verbally say a prayer or voice your intentions to yourself. So something that I say every time is Chimigwech to the Creator for giving us these sacred medicines to help heal us and protect us and to live a good life. I also say Chimigwech to the Creator for the 4 directions, for my friends, family.
So I'm going to ask that the Creator helps myself and helps each of you to feel strong and to feel centered, to use the 7 grandfather teachings to help you in honoring the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, not only on September 30th, but moving forward, and to help you in living in a good way that honors the history of our ancestors, honors their truth, their struggles, their sacrifices, helps us to live with love and with bravery and with truth, and to help us to live with humility. And I'm going to go through and talk about each of those 7 teachings and how each of them can help us in this prayer. And be thankful to the Creator for providing us with all 4 sacred medicines: the sage, the tobacco, sweetgrass, and cedar. So now we can go through all 7 grandfather teachings to talk about how each of them are helpful in our smudge prayer. Chimigwech to Creator for giving us the precious gift of life and the gifts of the sacred medicines to communicate with you, with our ancestors, and with those who are deeply affected and needing healing on this day and every day. Creator, please help me to think good and positive thoughts. Help us all to have strength to focus and control over what we're thinking, so we can choose to focus our energy on the good things that we have in our lives. Thank you for creating our Mother Earth and all the beautiful gifts that she provides for us. Help give us the wisdom to be grateful for her, to take care of her and nurture her health. Thank you for giving us water that flows through all of us and our Mother Earth and falls from the sky. The water that gives us life and the ability to enjoy each day and to live in a good and healthy way. Thank you for giving us fire to keep us warm, to cook our food, the sacred fire which helps us to connect with you and all spirits. We're grateful to have fire so we may burn our sacred medicines, to be used for ceremony to help us heal, share stories, and have a peaceful space to gather. Thank you for giving us clean, fresh air to breathe and to help all living things thrive on Mother Earth. We're thankful for the spaces we have to get together, the food that has been prepared for us, and the spirits of our ancestors to keep us safe and supported on our journey through life. We're thankful for the 4 directions that guide us in our travels, the 4 sacred medicines to heal us on our journey and use them when we need them. We're thankful for the 4 seasons that provide us with a fresh start and a new beginning when it's needed. Thank you for the gift of the 7 teachings. Wisdom. Thank you for helping us know what's true and what's right, to make decisions with good judgment and respect for ourselves and our communities. Bravery. Thank you for helping us face life with courage and conviction and enable us to not only defend ourselves, but to defend our strong-held beliefs and our communities. Respect. Thank you for helping us be mindful of the balance of all living things and remind us to be kind and loving to those around us. Honesty. Thank you for helping us to recognize and accept who we are in order to guide our decision-making. Humility. Thank you for helping us to remain honest about who we are, our place in the community, and how much we have to learn and our impact on other life. Love. Thank you for helping us to love ourselves truly and unconditionally in order to achieve inner peace. Truth. Thank you for helping us to be sincere in all that we say and do, and allowing us to act with bravery and wisdom in response to many events that our lives may throw our way. Truth also allows us to be true to ourselves and our surroundings, and reminds us to be open and honest while we journey through life. We honor the children who are here to learn and share their good energy. We honor the children who didn't make it home. Many of those children who did make it home are now our elders. We're thankful for their strength to share their story and resilience with us. Creator, thank you so much for giving us this beautiful, abundant life and allowing us to strive for a beautiful future for our future generations to come. Aho, Smudged.